Hello everyone, welcome back to MoteMancer. We started building a little factory to try to understand... I don't really want this buffer chest, it was just for demonstration purposes. To try to understand how to make life prisms and water prisms. And the same idea will apply to earth prisms, but we're not building them down here at the moment. Oh wow. Salt? I thought we would be getting more salt per second from up here. I guess I'm just not making that much, or I'm using it on... Okay, yeah, well, whatever. When I invent brinaries, that'll be the first thing that's gonna get more salt, is this, I guess. Oh, I've never looked at an underground water belt closely. That's kind of cool. It almost sort of implies there are two lanes, like two pipes, right? Neat. So we're making life crystals and elemental life. And that's the main stuff that I need to research, like, movement speed, right? But to do this stuff, I need leaves and or mana roots, right? Or even verdant collectors. I'm sure verdant collector is lovely. Yeah, doubling a yield of motes of life would be nice, of course. This is the part I'm more interested in. This needs leaves, which are easier to get than mana roots are, which require making slabs again. This needs sand. Yeah, so sand and leaves are kind of easy to make with just what I have down here. So I can kind of explore this branch and this and also all this at the same time. But I need to figure out how to route all this stuff. So elemental life and ether is what I... No? Is that what I need? It is, right? For leaves? Yeah. Here's ether, here's elemental life. So that should be easy peasy, right? Let's make a little bit more space. Let's make more space. You always need more space than... Okay, come on, don't be a whip. You always need more space than you think you do in factory games. Maybe... here? Peel off some ether. And hopefully, I can send some of it west to deal with the water production I'm going to do here, and the rest of it will go down here, and then the rest of it will keep going straight. Wouldn't that be nice if I could actually organize that? So I guess I should just use streamways for this whole thing. Can I just... can I just do that? Not quite. Blech. Well, I don't need another underground, I guess. What? You're going the wrong way. So this is making leaves at another greenhouse, which I need to build. I might want mana roots someday. I'll build another greenhouse for that, I guess. Greenhouses are so big. Let's put one on this side of all this. Space is more or less free. Don't try to cramp things together. God, the greenhouses are so clunky to walk around. I'm sure this is like not a surprise to the dev. I don't need to report a bug there, but boy, I'm constantly getting trapped on greenhouses. Like that. So, okay, what's the recipe for leaves? Yeah, every second it wants so much shit. It wants 8 worth of stuff. So that would be, if I could somehow do it, to satisfy this, would be like 4 earth grippers, but it's shaped so awkwardly. I can do 2. I can't do more than 2, and that's probably fine. I'll just do that. Well, yeah. So I was thinking briefly that maybe I should just have the Earth area extend in this direction for a while. Because then I don't have to route everything back up here and then back down and out. Because, like, okay, what am I doing with the leaves now that I've built them? I'm going to run them back up here to where I have all these belts going southwest. And then I'm going to do the same thing for mana roots, maybe someday, although probably not right now. Yeah, like, mana canopy does look cool. But I don't need, like, this stuff. I don't need mana roots for any of this. And mana roots are more difficult to make right now because I don't have slabs lying around. So I could just have all the earth science down here. But then if I decide I want to scale it up, I don't have room to keep tiling this, which was what I talked about. The reason that I did things this way is that I can tile it, I can just make more and feed it back up here. So I don't think I should do that. The earth shouldn't be down here. I should feed it back up this way. It's just like annoying is all. I also didn't really leave myself room for output from this thing. I mean, I could do the output on this side. I guess that's fine. I just thought I was very clever for doing it all on one side, up in this area. And that turned out to be, like, fine. But not necessary. Yeah, because the other thing I want... I could just have... elemental life going through here and not sharing a streamway with anything. Have it flanked by ether and whatever else it is I need, I forget. Oh, life prisms, I guess. Is that right? Yeah. Turn the life prism, turn the ether into, I don't know, and then that way I could have like 3 rows of stuff and like have greenhouses on both sides, but that just, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want to do that. Okay, let's just keep life simple. Okay, maybe like that far. Probably not even that far. It's, Mana Bloom here covers everything. And then I can run roots to it. So this is making what I want, or no? Oh, it's going to buffer up ether first, you big dummy. But then it'll take elemental life eventually. And start making leaves. So many leaves. Oh! Right, I actually do need a bigger gripper, don't I? There you go. So this... Actually, do I need 2 of these? Because... No. I only need half as many as I have inputs, basically. Because we're putting in 8 things and taking out 2 things. Oh, I only need a quarter as many? Is that true? Yeah, it looks true. Okay. Anyway, this is making leaves now. And I now have all the elements to do this life research area, right? I have life prisms, elemental life, and leaves. That's what I need for these 2 things. Which are like solar power, right? Mana leaf, passively absorb sunlight, yep. And then once I have mana leaves, I can do mana regeneration. So where is all of that stuff? This is elemental life. This is leaves. My life crystals, or prisms, I guess, are here? Oh my god. Well, turns out I'm a genius and this works. Barely. Do I need leaves for other stuff in this area? I don't think so, right? So maybe I can actually send the leaves. Well, but what if I want more greenhouses for this, right? Someday? I mean, it doesn't look like I'm going to. That's interesting. Did you notice that? Look, when I flipped this around, watch what happens to Gripper's arc. It shifts a little. It's outputting to the same tile, but like a different place on the tile, and so it changes what the arc looks like. That's interesting. The magic particles there. Not important, but interesting. So what else am I leaving behind here? Nothing, I think. So I assume I need life prisms for other things. Yeah, like if I ever do this research. But that also all requires elemental life. I might need life prisms for making stuff, right? Maybe mana leaves. They probably cost life prisms, right? So, gosh, I need to make more streamway deltas. Where are they? Here. Here. Nope. Oh, what's an arboretum, by the way? I didn't notice I got access to this? This must have been, oh, this was like locked in the demo or something, and I couldn't build it to even look at what it did, maybe? Or maybe I just didn't look. Where is this piece of garbage in this giant inventory, man? Here. It's so big. Oh, and I can see the recipe for mana leaves, okay. Leaves and mana roots. Well, I have those just lying around, okay. Mana canopies. Leaves and mana leaves. Okay. and the life keystone. So this is the thing that you have to put into the portal to like open the portal to another plane, is my understanding. You need like a life keystone and an earth keystone to go to the plane of earth, I assume. And similarly for life, to go from life to water, you need life keystone and water keystone. Okay, so we're going to need some of these at some point. Oh, but I wanted to look at the recipes. Right. So I don't actually seem to need life prisms for anything except the life keystone. So I could like merge lanes with the life prism, right? Oh, but I shouldn't, because I'm going to be putting the stuff onto pedestals, and I do need each pedestal dedicated to a specific item. Okay. So I guess it's... These are my prisms, okay. So this is an area where I can do some research. And finally learn about solar power. Let's put it on this side here so that I can extend it separate from this leaf factory if I want to. I can extend either separate of the other, of course. So like here or something. Plenty of space for now. And I think I even have space to make these streamway deltas if I need to, but I don't at the moment. Okay, so you... Well, where are my pedestals? I mean, you don't really need them to be far apart from each other, right? I assume there's no reason I couldn't just do this. Except that those are backward, of course. There we go. Right? Like, that should be fine. Chuck a mana bloom right here. Run roots to it. Not like that. And we're like all set to start researching stuff, right? Yeah. What am I researching now? Mana leaves. Solar power. Mana roots, I think, will wait for another day, because I automated those up way up north, but that's a different thing. How's my mana? Okay, yeah. So with only a small part of the factory actually doing anything, we're close to using up power. Well, I mean, it's not the smallest part, I suppose, but all of this stuff is basically doing nothing except making salt prisms, right? It's a useful mall. I don't feel bad about it. I wish I could integrate it a little bit better with all this stuff, but I haven't, so there. And now I have to wait until 200 of these are done. I could build more altars to speed up the process. So I'm going to need like 300 more in a minute. So I need like 5, but like this is not urgent, right? I would like to have the mana leaves sooner rather than later, but I have other stuff to do in the meantime. And I don't really need the solar panels. They're not solar panels, they're mana leaves. The solar power to accomplish the stuff I need to do. Because the other thing I should do is set up water. a similar production chain to this. Well, not this. This made the water. A similar production chain to just these two greenhouses, but they should be stream weavers, making water stuff instead. You're a stream weaver. So let's say you went like this. And I have... It's a little confusing to me. It seems like I could fork off to the west or the northwest, and those are both equally perpendicular to the bus that's going southwest, in a way. But one of them is opposite to this, which is sort of aesthetically appealing. If I went northwest. So in that... In that sense, I would be doing something like this. But with a delta here, like that. And to make this stuff, once again, you need so much input to swamp even one of these. And so running like 3 double-fisted grippers makes total sense to me. And you just need one of them on output duty, basically. Chuck a mana bloom in here? That doesn't cover everything. Here, I guess. So now I would have elemental water and whatever this is making, I forgot, right? Water prisms. I do need power. Running it through here looks kind of messy. I think it's fine to run it through this area, assuming that someday in the future I'll want to mine this anyway and it wouldn't hurt to put a mana bloom in the area. These are backwards, huh? Okay. So is this. Okay, so that's water prisms. Yeah, which I want to combine with... Oh! So looking at this stuff, I was like, where am I getting coralite and bismuth from? And I couldn't find it anywhere. I was looking at all of these things. I was like, oh, it must be in here. But like, no, it's right here. You just need... to research the like combined adept thing, and that gives you access to, I guess, the, well, bismuth. If this gives you bismuth and terrarium, I assume terrarium is a building. This one gives you coralite, and I guess Reefcrafter is a building of some kind as well. Okay. So there's going to be a building that builds things that are combined water life, and one that builds things that are combined earth life or whatever. I see. These look kind of connected, don't they? Just that little kind of scar on the ground. Okay. Well, whatever. So, these water prisms and earth prisms, they are going to want to live together to be able to be researched together at least. But that's fine. There's no problem with that. I still want to make sand. That's the main thing I want for water, right? This wants sand plus all the stuff I have. Streamways plus all the stuff I have, I mean, it would be nice, but I'm just not there yet. And then mana pools plus the stuff I have, well, that'll have to come later once I have mana pools. So sand is the other main thing I want to make here. And sand is water and ether. So let's make another stream weaver. A wave right. Oh my gosh. This is the advanced. Well, you know what? Let's build one of these. I just want to see what it makes. It might show me the recipe for mana pool as well, I assume, right? Yeah. Elemental water and pedestals. Okay. Ah, and of course, I can see what a brinery takes. A ton of sand and some grindstones. Yeah. So all this stuff that I've built down here to make sand doesn't currently have access to grindstones. Yeah, that's me. Grindstones, of course, are very simple to make. Actually, I have the ingredients for grindstones lying around, so I could do that. Okay. Anyway, we were actually going to build another stream weaver. To go, like, again, let's give myself plenty of space. Let's say here. And for sand, I need ether and elemental water. Well, there's ether here that nobody's using, and I think was actually designed to be used for this purpose by me in the past. Oh, I guess I actually want streamways, don't I? Because I want to merge stuff again. One thing I learned from Factorio is that I'm a little bit too, like, excited by merging belts, like by having one streamway with two lanes of different things on it, because it makes it, oh, I only need to run one belt. Isn't that nice? I don't need to have different kinds of collectors. I think I overdo it, but like the consequence of that is that I don't know when I'm overdoing it, so I'm gonna do it here too. This is kind of awkward. We have to do it like this, right, to make sure it only gets on the left side. And then the water, I'm almost out of belts again. Slabs. Comes in on this side. Okay, this is not as clean as the others where I'm merging all in one place, but I mean, it's fine. So sand, every second needs 4 things. So two earth grippers would do it, right? 2 reaching grippers. And then it outputs 1, or wait. No, it would take 4. Yeah, okay. Because this can move 4 things. Well, you know, actually, there is earth research to make grippers even more efficient. So all this stuff will just magically get better. I'm out of belts again. I picked up like hundreds. Okay, I've been underdoing it, I guess. Okay, get these motes out of here. They're not belts, by the way. They're slabs. Okay, that ought to do it. Am I running low on underground? Okay, what do I never, like, this doesn't need to be in my hotbar. I need more hotbar space is what I need. This doesn't need to be there twice. Okay, these I think are fine, although I never really use them. I use the mana bloom one, I don't use this so much. Why am I carrying around a bunch of life prisms? Good question. I'll take some more undergrounds, I guess. Sure. Oh my god. Hang on. That's too many. There. So now, yeah, and a mana bloom here. These buildings can be friends. That's fine. And they're going to load up on ether first. That's just how they work. It would be more efficient if they... Oh, they switched pretty fast. Good for you. Yeah, and the... Well, I guess we can't say whether it's keeping up because this area is empty, but... So now I have all the things for water-specific research. And what did this need something weird somewhere? This one. Salt prisms and sand. Okay. Well, I don't need that right now. Did I end up turning the earth ones to actually produce the other way? The leaves? I didn't. Okay. So now I have my water prisms. My sand, and my elemental water. Well, I need to fork that off, but... I guess we can be a little... use a cheaper ingredient here to indicate the side loading. So now I have all these things. Oh, I don't have any more of this stuff. I need at least 2 altars, I guess. Ooh. Done researching mana leaves. See, there was no hurry. No, I'm not done. That was just the sound of picking up an altar, I guess. Yes. But it sounds the same as science happening, so I was confused. Pedestals here. Not leaving myself enough space if I do that. For future extension of this. Okay, this'll do, and then... This count as a production building? No, it doesn't have leaves. Or... Excuse me. Doesn't have roots. Oh, that's the sound of science. Okay, so I want to run this here. You are pointed the wrong way, buddy. I've learned about mana leaves. So now I can build those. I already had the recipe. I knew the recipe from looking at... Oh my god, I'm researching everything all of a sudden. Evening Bloom is this one. Mana Pool, yeah, I knew that. How am I suddenly researching movement speed? Where is that? Oh, here. I see. Right. It needs all the stuff that Mana Leaf needs minus leaves. So like when it'll choose between these in some way I don't understand, but eventually they'll both be done and that'll be nice. But okay, so production, I assume it's actually probably artifice, right? Mana leaves? Yeah. So these require leaves and roots. I have both of those automated, but not in the same place. Okay, but first, let's accomplish something else nice by building an area to research the union of water and life. It sounds very ritualistic, doesn't it? Like that's talking about baptism or something. The union of water and life. So I have life crystals and water crystals, right? I mean, I could just research them right here in the middle of everything. I'm not actually running any more ingredients through here besides the ether, which I could route around. Yeah, it'll be fun. Why not? To represent their union, we'll put them in the same place. I don't yet have a delta for the water stuff. Or the earth stuff. Okay, careful. Do this first so that the lines don't get crossed. Pedestals? I have one. Where am I getting mana or power from this time? It's always an exciting puzzle when nothing is planned out in advance. But, you know, it feels good. Like just building stuff instead of stressing about whether it's perfect or not. There's power over here. Oh, that's the worst. It's so bad. Don't do it, man. There's power right here. It's not even hard to get to. That's, I mean... But it... Okay, it's fine. I just have to... change this a little. There we go. And this does have roots, so I can just do that. Ah, we need a belt. Okay, and we're also now learning about Reefcrafter. Look at this, I've never had 6 sciences going at the same time. None of them going very quickly, I must say. If I'm a quarter of the way here, I feel like this should show a little bit more than a blue flicker, is my opinion. Yeah, wait, am I a quarter of the way there? Maybe I'm not. What Where's all my water research going? What is this researching? Yeah, this is researching brinery. Okay. It seems like it should be more than just a sliver. Well, whatever. A minor complaint. So I can start building by hand, if I wish, some mana leaves. Let's build one and see how much... Oh my god, my inventory, please. I have so much garbage. So, like, what does this do? Raw power, 2700. Great. 0 because it's nighttime at the moment, I assume. Well, okay. Let's go put this by my mana cultivators, I guess? Oh my god, it's using the mana cultivators way up here still, isn't it? Yeah, because I never shipped leaves down. Okay, that's fine. So let's say I just plopped one of these bad boys down here. It has one tile of root, interestingly enough. So I wonder how you're like supposed to... It seems like you want these guys kind of in a circle around each other and then one little root leading out or something. But since I only have one of them, I guess I'll just point it right at the existing root structure. Where is it? You? Hey, look, solar power! Oh, raw power must mean like power produced by burning something? Maybe? That would make sense because each of these produces 900. And so a total of 2700 makes sense for that. How let's build another one. And look at it in my inventory. Or I guess I can look at it here? No, it doesn't really say what it does. Yeah, so this, I don't... Okay. So it looks like 20 power at noon, or whatever this is how much it generates. This progress bar suggests it's not getting any higher, and a second ago it said 19. And I assume as the sun starts to set, it will go back down to 19? Okay, so it's not making a noticeable dent. But, I mean, we're at capacity pretty much with just the small amount of stuff we're doing. So every little bit helps, and I really should automate production of these. My understanding from hearing stuff in the Discord is that Mana Canopy and Mana Leaf, here it is, scale kind of quadratically, where like each Mana Canopy increases the production of each Mana Leaf. So your total production is like C times L. Oh, look! Look, it comes from both directions. That's nice. I like it. It looks green and then blue here, and here it looks blue, and I assume it'll look greener when it gets to this side? I don't know about that. Yeah, so, okay. If... I should automate production of mana leaves, but I don't have easy access to mana roots with my current setup. Oh, by the way, I've never looked... I kind of liked this aesthetically as a way to mine. It does not seem space efficient or slab efficient, but it is kind of cute. So I did one line in this way. But most of them I'm laying out horizontal or in a line linearly. So we do need to automate these, but with mana canopies, we maybe don't need so many of them. What's it take to make a mana canopy, would you say? Where's my arboretum? Three mana leaves, yeah, okay. So that's sort of a reason to automate a lot of mana leaves, even if you don't need that many of them, like, to actually place. Now, what the hell is this? Total raw 1 mana canopy? That's obviously false. That's not a raw ingredient. I guess it's not willing to calculate this for me because I haven't finished researching mana canopy? It's saying, well, the only way I know how to make this with the technology you have is to just have it already. But it would be nice if it told me, like, I mean, clearly it's like 3 times this plus another 5 leaves. Whatever that is. Yeah, so I'll have to... where was I? Here. Well, so the thing about this is that it doesn't require any life prisms. So this earlier base that I built that was doing research, it had not all of it automated, sadly. Maybe roots and leaves I both did by hand. I had them built somewhere, but I just dropped them in a chest here rather than route them in. Okay, well, that's too bad. I have slabs here, right? And elemental life. Which, isn't that all it takes to make roots? Am I crazy? Yeah, it's just life and slabs. So I can slap that together in this area very quickly. And leaves are just life and ether, aren't they? Where are the leaves? Down here somewhere? Here. Yeah, there's life and ether. I mean, I have all of those in this area. I don't have a lot of any of it. I have very little. I just have 1 elemental binder, making 1 elemental life a second. Over here. And so trying to plow all of that into, like, mana canopies seems like a recipe for disappointment. Make 1 mana canopy an hour or something. Well, okay, how much mana canopy... Okay, do I have my arboretum? I think I don't. Yeah. So each leaf is 14 elemental life plus some other stuff, right? Or 14 motes of life, I guess. Well, no. They actually have to be elemental, because well, I don't quite understand that. Is it? These look like they're, in the total raw, it looks like it's a picture of elemental life, but why isn't it motes of life? I guess because total raw is what you could build by hand, and it's saying if you wanted to build this by hand, you have to start with elemental life, because you can't bind it yourself. Sure. So it's like 14 life per leaf, mana leaf. So that's still a couple of mana leaves per minute, right? I mean, it's not horrible. You don't need 1,000 of them, right? Yeah, maybe I should just do it. to life. I need more greenhouses. I built an extra, I think. It's so hard to read my inventory and know what anything is. Everything is just one weird triangle after another. Do I have greenhouses? I guess not. Oh, but I wasn't even thinking necessarily about automating mana canopies so much as automating research towards them, which needs me to build mana leaves, right? Which means building leaves and roots and then mana leaves. That's a reason you do actually need like hundreds of mana leaves, is to research all this stuff. Right. I can just walk off wherever I want. You can't stop me from doing science up here. This is the extremely cursed science zone? No way the research tree goes all the way up here, right? Why aren't you stopping me? Come on. Do I have to walk for an hour and get an Easter egg that says, like, you fell off the end of the earth? Okay, look, this one now renders is almost done, which is nice. Right, so automating mana leaves. That seems like an important thing to do next, for multiple reasons. It would be nice if I were making more than, like, 4 a minute to get... I don't want to wait 800 minutes for this. Or no. 4 a minute would mean 50 minutes. That's an hour. I mean, that's honestly not that bad considering how much dawdling I do, but... What I really want to do instead is, like, learn about brineries, right? And turn this area down to the south. Oh, you know what? I've been actually using all this power, or nearly. I think I'm making plenty of leaves up there. I should just build a couple cultivators to make sure this area is still happy. So that as I start expanding that area more, this still produces enough power for my limited ambitions. So once I have the brinery, though... Where am I mining water? No. This is the old mall. The second generation mall. And down here is the new research area in the third generation. And I had water mining for that here. Yes. So that's what I want to replace with brineries. And once I have more salt here, maybe it won't be so bad to build a little, like, thing to make slabs and with the slabs make mana roots, which makes mana leaves, or make more streamways, which I need for this research direction. Tidal collectors would be nice, right? But, I mean, mana pools are exciting, right? Okay, show me brineways. Oh my god, see, look at this ether production. It's so sad when we're actually using it. I have so little stuff. Like, all of this ether and salt is coming from, like, 5 miners up here, and I'm finally doing something with them. And they can't... Now that I've worked through all the backlog, they're just like crying, please let us out. There's not enough ether. I even added kind of post hoc these 2 grinders when I was building this area out, as I kept realizing over and over, oh, I need more throughput than I thought I did. I thought this was just a tiny little mall that didn't need any throughput. And I kept, scope creep kept coming in. Yeah, so it's all turning into salt crystals, basically. Salt prisms. And then there's just the tiniest slivers of ether left over to do all of my research with. I lost the ether. Where did it go? I don't know. I learned about brinaries, though. And now it should start working on mana pools, albeit very slowly. So, okay, brinaries. Assume it's production. Water? Here. So let's see what this actually does. I assume it consumes motes of water. And produces salt, but in a better way than a grindstone does. Oh my god, I'm building all this sand by hand. It's slowing down. I ran out of mana. Yes. Oh! I thought this would take only water. It takes anything that can be ground into salt and just does it twice as well as a grindstone does. I see. So we're going to graduate out of grindstones. At some point, I assume there will be something that makes ether efficiently in a similar way to a brinary. And then I'll never need a grindstone again, except as like a building block to make a tinker table or something. There's stuff that uses grindstone as an intermediate ingredient. I don't remember the details. Okay, well this is nice. I don't think I'm making any salt in this area, but I'm certainly making some up. Well, I was just saying how I don't have enough salt, wasn't I? Like here? Yeah, the salt just immediately, it never makes it past here. So this would be one easy improvement that I could make. Although I should have grabbed a bunch of sand while I was down there, I guess. So what's the throughput on this? 3 motes per 2 seconds. And these make 1 mote per second, is that right? Or 1 mote per 2 seconds? Well, no, I don't care about these. I care about these. And I don't have any of them to... Oh my god. Okay, let's make... a quarry collector, just so I can have it in my inventory and look at it. Just finished a second brinary. Now it's making a bunch of granite. Oh, wouldn't it be nice if this were all automated? If only there was some way in this automation game to automate my stuff. But like in a way a bad player could do it. Oh, I can't even... Okay, well I don't want to put it down, right. I want to look at it here and see... Here it is. So every 4 seconds it makes 2 motes. So this whole thing together is 2 motes per second. Because I have 4 of them, so every 4 seconds, yeah, 2 motes per second. And this Well, look, this says can be crafted in grindstone, but it's like, I'm in a brinery, dude. Tell me the brinery recipe, please. I gotta look at the brinery recipe here? No. What? How much time does it take? Am I, like, unable to read? What am I seeing here? I'm not seeing. How often does this happen? I don't know. Well, whatever the numbers are, they're definitely better than this grindstone, so... Okay, let's tear this apart. Oh, my inventory's full. Jeez. I don't need ether, motes. Okay, are we happy now? Why am I picking up all this salt? These have salt in their buffers that they're emptying, I guess? Okay, fine. Just, like, get all this junk in there, please. And there's some research for, like, increasing the number of collection points for quarry collectors, which sounds like it's just an option of, oh, you can pick it up here or here. But it actually means it deposits the same amount of stuff at both collection points, is my understanding. We don't have that yet, but when we do, it might be worth revisiting this. I don't know what the ratios are, because the game, as far as I can tell, won't tell me, so I won't do direct insertion. Instead, I will use my brineries. Like this, I think. Actually, I might need more than just a simple gripper, mightn't I? Because I don't know actually the rates. So something like that ought to work, right? I can use a reaching gripper for input and another one here for output. I guess. Yeah, I just plug it in like that, I guess. Hey! How come... How come you won't do this? But you have a picture of it. It makes sense to me that you won't do it. I didn't think you were going to do it. But then you told me you would, and I thought that you would. You see? Like, it's not making because I don't have this. This is grayed out. I guess this is something I could research someday? Maybe? Here's a funny thought. Like, the elements are arranged in like a hexagon, right? There are 6 elements, and they have affinities for the ones they're next to, and they hate the ones they're across from, and so on. Is there going to be anything that's a combination of water tech and earth tech? Like, where would it fit? There's not space, right? It kind of looks like there isn't. That's interesting. But then, like, where is Brinery getting the ability to grind motes of earth into salt? Right? So I guess I gotta put this back the way it was. Okay, why are you... I think when I'm placing a grindstone, I'd like to see where the orange bits of these things are, is my opinion. You are unpowered. What was I doing differently before? I can't have had everything shifted one to the left, because then this wouldn't be powered, and also these wouldn't line up. Oh, I know. I was clever. I remember this days ago. I just didn't use that middle spot. I built asymmetrically to account for the power distribution. Okay, well, the whole factory's been stopped for a while because I took away my measly little pile of salt. Chasing down something that doesn't even work, it turns out. So we just we're not even using solar power, but the power we are using just got better at night to compensate for lack of solar power, so that's nice, I guess. Yeah, this certainly isn't. It certainly is a factory. I want to see what's in Reefcrafter before I call it a day. I want to see, because like this will be the first time since like hitting the adept nodes during the demo that I'll actually see what new technologies might be available. I've unlocked some new technologies in the last couple videos. I've researched them, but I haven't discovered new ones. This is so slow. I just need so much more stuff. I mean, weirdly, it actually looks like my production is almost keeping up with this single altar. Oh, right, that's the one that's doing this, though. This one is absolutely keeping up. 100%. Oh, you... So if I wanted to do this research faster, which like a good player would, because I need 800 of this stuff, I should build more altars, I guess. Well, I mean, that's fine. Really, you should do it like this, I think. And have the pedestals. I mean... We're, again, performing bad science, or bad engineering, at least. How am I doing this? I guess this is cursed? What am I doing? Okay, fine. guess I'll do it this way. These are pointing the wrong way. It's just impossible to build what I mean to build sometimes. Okay, so now a root here, or a bloom here, does everything. Okay, we can at least triple the speed of this research, which takes a lot. And I imagine we'll start running into production problems soon. But in the meantime, we have some buffer to work through, and this one's going to take a while to get there. And is this done? No. 190. Still 190. We're not making any of it because we ran out of elemental water. I assume because that ran out of ether? Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, tell you one thing, I know how to make more ether. There's plenty of space right here to build stupid garbage. And that's the only thing I know how to build is stupid garbage. Look at that. It even perfectly spaces out here. Okay, so let's... It's 4 grindstones to grind this up, right? Where are my grindstones? I think I don't own any at this time. I can't build anything because I threw away all my motes. Wouldn't you know it, I need more ether. Okay. Gimme, I guess? Okay, now I can build some grindstones. Great. Where are they? Here they are. Oh, let's build them lower than that so we don't step on the toes of these water boys. There you go. This is like emergency room surgery. Just saying, well, I need more ether. There happens to be some garbage lying around. Let's just shove it in. Oh, I guess... Right. I did sort of discover that this is not the best way to do it anymore, but I haven't built a grindstone array since realizing this, I think. That mana blooms in the middle of the production actually do make things easier. Knock it off. Here. Oops, not you. Here. Okay, line this junk up, please. Actually collect the outputs would be nice. Okay, there's some more ether. Because I said I wanted to at least see what Reefcrafter gives me before I call it a day. And that was because I was really close to being done, but... Wait a minute. I just have ether lying here. Wait. It's elemental life? Oh... Right. I think. Where does... Oh my god, the ether for elemental life gets... Or elemental water comes in all the way up here. Oh my god, okay. That's fine. That's... I mean, fine would be a word for it. Oh, it's not a game if you're not laughing all the time, man. There you go. Ether merged into the main production branches. Look at how happy all that elemental water is going to be. Or no, these are motes of water being turned into elemental water. That's so weird. It holds the ether still for a second before picking it up. I guess waiting for a second one to get there, and then eventually it gives up. That's interesting. Okay, but I think we did actually finish something, right? Movement speed was finished. I see. Well, that's nice. Reefcrafter, still pending, but... Oh, look at all those collectors go. Good for you guys. Now we're finally making more more water prisms. Okay, these are the ones that will finish for me. Okay, tell me about Reefcrafter. What is it we get to do in the next one? Okay, it's just these, like, 6 little nodes. It doesn't seem to extend any further. Maybe later, when we get Water Mastery and Life Mastery, they'll combine into something. I bet they will. Primordial Mana Well. A massive reservoir that stores more power with each attached mana pool. So this is more like quadratic scaling, right? Well, yeah, because your total mana storage capacity will be a function of number of mana wells times number of mana pools. Okay, cool. Oh, interesting. There's a little, like... There's a streamway that also conducts power. Huh. Verdant Delta... Yeah, it does the same thing. Well, maybe. This looks like it might not be roots. Well, it must be, because it conducts power, right? Yeah, okay. That's what roots do. This is a delta with roots. Coral pool. This is how we make coralite, the thing that gives us access to keystones for water and life. Or no. This requires water keystones and life keystones, but gives us all this weird coral, which who knows what that even does. Huh. So coral pools grows mana generating coral. No, mote generating coral. What? Huh. So it looks like this might be a way to produce elements out of nothing? Slowly? And there are 4 corals listed here, and then there's these 2 for mushroom and fire for some reason. Which I guess these are, yeah, shadow and fire, the opposites of fire and water. The opposites of life and water. And so this gives you access to the 4 other elements, the ones that neither life nor water hates. And then if you want to build something that life or water hates, you have to do this separate thing that requires shadow prisms and fire prisms. I see. Interesting. Okay, well, we did it. We researched Reefcrafter. I mean, I don't remember exactly what I did in this episode, but I think it was a lot, right? We got some science. We built out some more stuff. Got frustrated at binaries. Yeah, got access to solar power, but haven't used it yet. I would like to. We're still working on mana pools, which are going to go together well with that, of course. Oh, all right. Well, I assume I'll be back for another episode, but one of these days, I'm just going to decide to stop recording, so, I mean, fair warning. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.